John Stockton, the greatest creator in NBA history in numbers. Net wins traces the full 19-year career of the Jazz legend. We're located at netwins.substack.com. 15,806 career assists, 3,265 career steals, both all-time records by margin so wide they may never fall. A player whose value was consistently underestimated by everyone except Karl Malone. John Stockton was drafted 16th overall in 1984. The announcement at the Salt Palace was met with stunned silence. He was a 6'1" guard from Gonzaga, the school nobody outside Spokane had heard of, who had averaged 20 points per game against West Coast Conference competition and had been cut from the 1984 Olympic team. The fans who sat through that draft announcement had no idea what they'd just been handed. 19 seasons, 1,504 games, and 2 NBA Finals appearances later, the number 12 hangs permanently from the rafters at what is now known as the Delta Center. The street out front is named after him. A statue stands outside the building with Karl Malone placed beside it because the two are essentially inseparable as a historical matter, and everyone involved understood it. The Net Wins Explorer traced the full career. Thanks for listening to Net Wins. Subscribe for free at netwins.substack.com to receive new posts and support my work. So what did the numbers reveal? 196.3 career net wins, 19 seasons, a 9.4 net wins average. He had 6 seasons above 12 net wins. No modern point guard comes close. The conventional Stockton narrative places his prime in the finals years of 97 and 98. The Explorer's data shows something more extraordinary. 6 separate seasons above 12 net wins, spanning from the 1988-89 season through 96-97. That's not a peak. That's a sustained plateau of elite production that lasted nearly a decade. His best season was 90-91 at 12.9 net wins, not the finals years, but a regular season, which he averaged 17.2 points, 14.2 assists, and 2.9 steals per game on 50.7% shooting. The net wins formula rewards everything Stockton did: assists directly, steals directly, efficient shooting by minimizing the missed field goal penalty. In his prime years, he was essentially gaming the formula's inputs in every positive direction simultaneously. For comparison, the best point guard season in the 25-26 database was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at 13.1 net wins, the best player in the modern league in his best season. Stockton posted 12.9, 12.8, 12.5, 12.4, 12.4, and 12 across 6 separate seasons across a decade. 9 of his 19 seasons cleared 10 net wins. Thanks for reading and listening to Net Wins. This is public, so feel free to share it. The newsletter I did before, the Ball Hog Index, identifying players who consume possessions without creating for others. John Stockton is the historical embodiment of its opposite. At his peak, 1,134 assists in 1990-91, 1,164 in 91-92. His assist total alone dwarfed most players' entire positive box score contributions. His field goal attempted was low. His shot direct selection elite, with a career of 51.5% field goals, and his assist towered above everything else. The ball hog formula would have assigned Stockton a negative score in most seasons, meaning he was a net distributor, not a net consumer. In an era when ball-dominant guards dominated the league star narrative, he was systematically more valuable than the possessions his team used while he was operating. Stockton and Malone played a record 1,412 regular season games together, the longest sustained partnership in NBA history between two Hall of Famers. They're widely considered the greatest pick-and-roll combination the game's ever seen. The pick-and-roll wasn't just a play, it was a philosophy of trust. Malone knew exactly where Stockton would deliver the pass, and Stockton knew exactly where Malone would emerge from the screen. Their chemistry reduced basketball's inherent uncertainty. Two players who had run the same action 10,000 times were generating higher quality shots than any defense could systematically take away. The Net Wins data captures what that partnership produced at the team level. Utah made the playoffs in all 19 of Stockton's seasons, a franchise consistency record matched by very few teams in any sport. In the 13 seasons between 87-88 and 99-2000, the Jazz won fewer than 40 games exactly once. For a team without a center of gravity superstar at the one position, that's a remarkable testament to what two Hall of Famers operating in perfect concert can sustain. Stockton played on the 1992 Dream Team in Barcelona. the first U.S. Olympic squad to feature NBA players, and still arguably the greatest collection of basketball talent assembled for a single purpose. His role was what it always was, making everyone else better, distributing under pressure, finding the right man at the right moment. The Americans won gold. He returned in 96 in Atlanta to win gold again. The 94 Olympic trial is also where the Malone Stockton story technically begins. Both were cut, both landed in Utah. The rest is history that now sits in bronze outside the Delta Center. The 1997 NBA Finals, the 1998 NBA Finals, both against Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls, both lost in 6 games. In Game 6 of the 97 Western Conference Finals, Stockton hit a buzzer-beating three-pointer over Charles Barkley, the shot, to send Utah to its first finals. His 96-97 playoff net wins was 3, supporting a team that needed Malone carrying the primary load through the postseason. In the finals that followed, the Bulls won in 6. A year later, he came back. In Game 6 of the 98 finals, Stockton hit a three-pointer with 41.9 seconds remaining to put Utah ahead 86-85. Jordan answered with a layup and a jumper, the famous last shot, and Stockton's final attempt in the final seconds came up short. The Bulls won in 6 again. Net wins can measure his playoff contributions, 3 in 97, 2.3 in 98. What the formula can't capture is the specific injury to his leg that reduced him in the 97 series, or what it costs a player of his competitive nature to watch those shots fall through for someone else at that final moment. 2 championship windows, 2 encounters with the best player of the era at his absolute peak. The result was the greatest career in NBA history, potentially without a ring. He missed only 22 games across 19 seasons. He played all 82 games in 17 of those 19 years. At age 38, he posted 9.2 net wins. At 39, 8.3. At 40, in his final season, still 7.1. The career net win total of 196.3 isn't just an impressive number. It's built on a near complete sample across nearly 2 decades. There's almost no missed games to discount his numbers. What you see is what he gave. The street outside the Delta Center is named John Stockton Drive for a reason. The statue stands next to Malone's because no honest accounting of either career separates them. And the 196.3 net wins, 9 seasons, double-digit net wins, 6 above 12, sustained from age 25 to 40, with almost no absence, is the mathematical record of what he was. The numbers don't lie. He was as good as anyone ever said and better than most people knew. The net wins formula and all written content and original works, all rights are reserved. Thank you for your time.